Hello again, welcome back to the Fireburns Within channel. Time for a album review. Kent Hilli's The Rumble has just been released. Kent Hilli is the singer for Perfect Plan, the Swedish melodic hard rock band / AOR band. This is his debut solo album. It's produced by Michael Pallas. Michael Pallas is a great songwriter himself, great producer. His album came out last year, I think. Very awesome. The guy's got a good track record. I've loved Kent's vocals since he's come onto the scene, the AOR scene or melodic rock scene, with his day job in Perfect Plan. But now it's time for a solo album. So let's just get into the song ranking for this. Right, track 1 is called The Rumble. It's a massive song to start with. Kent sounds amazing. Production is beautifully crisp and clean. Kent, he sounds like Jimmy Jameson quite a bit, very close to classic Survivor in feel. This song sounds like it could be off like a mid-80s boxing flick. The title of the song is The Rumble, so it sort of fits in. I'm not sure if that was intentional. It probably was, because the lyrics are sort of dealing with never say die, not giving up, sticking on and so on. Amazing start. 9 out of 10 for track 1, The Rumble. Track 2 is called Cold. Another sweet tempo rocker. Kent is crooning at the beginning superbly in the verses. Soon picks up the power a bit as it hits the chorus. It's another cracker. Emotional. It's got a huge replayability factor, this song. Love the backing vocals. Kent sounds a bit like David Coverdale in this, a little bit, sort of singing in slightly lower tones, if you like. So another amazing track. 9 out of 10. Track 3 is called All for Love. It's got another swirling, smooth tune. It's got it could have done with a maybe being a bit harder edge rocker at this point. I would have thought he would have sort of like picked up that pace touch, but not quite. The chorus is amazing again. I mean, straight out of the late 80s, this one. So I love the chorus eventually once it kicks in. All for Love gets 8.5 out of 10. Track 4 is called I Can't Wait. It's got those famous piano hits at the beginning that all classic AOR songs of the 80s use. It's just a classic trademark. You've got to have them in one song at least. It's got a nice edgy riff in the background. Backing vocals are very cool in this song. This is a great song. I love I Can't Wait. Maybe not the out and out rocker I was hoping for, but I've sort of gotten used to the pacing of the album. It's not supposed to be really edgy or really sort of pounding, or it's not that type of album. It's a smooth ride. So this is what we're gonna get from Mr. Hilli on this album. So I really like this one. Again, what can I say? It's gonna be a 9 out of 10 again for I Can't Wait. Track 5 is called Don't Say It's Forever. It was the first single from the album. This one's like almost like an old friend to me now. I've played it quite a lot, obviously, since the beginning. It sounds really great in the context of the album. It sounds sort of familiar. It's got that familiar riff, familiar tempo. It fits very well on the album. So again, very solid song. 8.5 out of 10. Track 6 is Miss Up to No Good. This is the first sort of departure in the album. It's got a bluesy country rock feel to it. A little bit of an edge here and there. The guitar is a little bit heavier than, say, country, obviously, but it's still time for something a little bit different. But I'm not so into this country blues vibe. I mean, it's a nice track. It's an okay track. The chorus actually does win me over somewhat, so my rating for this song is 8 out of 10 because the chorus is really actually very nice. Track 7 is Heaven Can Wait. This is the first piano-led ballad. Kent sings beautifully. He sings awesome on this song. I'm just not really a ballad kind of guy, so it doesn't get the full appreciation for it for me. But you need a ballad or two in albums like this. I mean, it's quite normal. You expect it somewhere along the line. He's still delivered great by the band, by Kent, and it sounds good, crisp, and nice. 7.5 out of 10 for Heaven Can Wait. Track 8 is Does It Feel Like Love. It's back to a familiar feel on this one. It's same tempo as, say, the opening tracks. It's got that cool feel again. Chorus is really good on this one. Kent sounds really amazing on this one. Again, it's just pure ear candy. What can I say? It sounds really good. So 8.5 out of 10 for Does It Feel Like Love. Next track is Love Can Last Forever. It's a lush and smooth start on this one. It's like a semi-ballad, I call this one. It's sweet and slow tempo. This one reminds me of, say, classic 1987 era Whitesnake again. But, not as heavy, but the way it's delivered, some of the lush strings and the ballads of that era, but with obviously nowadays production. The chorus is really cool. This is not my normal type, like I said, because it's sort of like a semi-ballad, but I absolutely love this tune. So Love Can Last Forever. It gets a 9 out of 10 from me. Okay. Track 10 is Never Be Mine. Nice sweet riff to start this one. Again, a familiar feel compared to the earlier songs. A mid-paced rocker. The opening verses are sort of like relaxed. They're not, speeded up or anything. They're relaxed. Kent is singing wonderfully well, and then they go into that usual very 80s inspired chorus, very much like Survivor again. I keep having to mention that band. I mean, there's not a lot of other bands to mention. I've mentioned Survivor, Whitesnake, I don't know, maybe touch of Journey, but not too much Journey. If mainly I'm hearing a lot of Survivor, but this is another great tune, Never Be Mine. So it gets 8.5 out of 10. Track 11, which is the last track on the album, it closes on a smooth and clean late 80s ballad, if you like. You can this type that you'd hear, say, on a late 80s rom-com, over the credits as they're playing, or a moody section of the film. This one would be like just fit perfect on that part of a film. But the chorus is like, it lifts it. The chorus gets rousing, and it's sort of like a tearjerker again. The ladies will be reaching for the tissues on that one when they're watching the film, when the girl's crying or whatever. But ballads are not my favourite, like I've already explained. But you expect a couple, and this is like the second or third one, if you will. One of them's a semi-ballad. But I really like this song as well. I mean, it's a good end. It's smooth. It's cool. I like this song. So 8 out of 10. So that was the album complete. My final thoughts on this album. Kent Hilli's debut solo album is something to be very proud of for Kent. It's a great achievement. It's a great album. It doesn't. It's suitably different than his day job in Perfect Plan. It doesn't like overlap with Perfect Plan too much, which is as it should be. Like, your solo project should be, this way, and your day job in a different band should be slightly different. It shouldn't be exactly the same, which is good. My only slight criticism of this album is that it's quite formulaic. Like from song to song, the differences are quite minimal in quite a few of them. The tempos are the same. There's no real out and out rocker like I was maybe secretly hoping for. Like, you know, one pedal to the metal type song. You know, I know it's not that type of solo album now, so I have to get that thought out of my head, and then it's not such a big deal. But you know, maybe next time have one slightly more upbeat tune or a couple of the more upbeat tunes. But you know, I'm being extra picky. I mean, my average rating for this album overall is 8.5 out of 10, so it's very high. I mean, it's a fantastic debut album from Mr. Hilli. You know, you've done yourself proud, Mr. Hilli. You've knocked it out of the park. Great, you know, great AOR record, modern sound. The production from Mr. Palace again, top notch, absolute top notch sound. The instrumentation is great. Everything is at the maximum level. I mean, if you're a fan of AOR, you know, any AOR from the 80s, even an AOR from nowadays, I mean, you know, I can't imagine how you wouldn't at least rate this at 8 out of 10. You know, minimum 8 out of 10 and upwards. Okay, that's my opinion on Kent Hilli's debut album, The Rumble. Like I said, check it out if you're into your AOR like me. Okay, stay tuned.